Well, my mom had passed away in 2014, and I had to find a way to cope with it. It was pretty devastating, as you can imagine, and the way that I had learned in life to cope was to write and to write a story. And so that's where The Halloween Girl came from. I figured it would kind of be a one-off. We'd go out, we were lucky enough to get into film festivals. We got good reviews, very fortunate. And I figured that would be it. And I'd be back to my old job, Outreach Arts, which do all our educational films, and we did, but I couldn't let go of The Halloween Girl once we had started it. And it led to a web series called Under the Flowers, which also was very successful and went into various film festivals across the country and won awards and all that jazz. It was very exciting. And long story short, that led to the graphic novel series. So we've got the two books out now, book one and book two. And book two has just come out, and that really is an adaptation of the original film. And I'm glad I did it because I feel very close to the story, and I really wanted to get the definitive version out there. Well, book two, Dead Reckoning, is again an adaptation of the film that started the whole thing rolling, and it's a quieter thing, whereas opposed to the first book is more of a kind of like epic, very big, lots of fantasy, lots of different worlds and things like that. So the second book is a quieter book, more introspective, and the themes are really love and anger in the book. It really talks about how Charlotte became the Halloween Girl, where she came from, when she was alive, and all of that. So it's a much more intimate look, a much more personal look for me. It's one of the most personal stories I've ever written, and a nod to my mom, to let her know once again how much I love her. I would definitely recommend picking up book two before now that it exists, before book one. What I'd been doing before was when we had book one come out, I was thinking, people who are interested in origins and all that stuff, they might go back and just watch the film online or whatever. And some people did, and they were very confused because there are different storylines. And anyway, it kind of turned into a little bit of a mess. So one of the reasons I did go back for the adaptation this time was because of the confusion, to let people know where she comes from. And I really wanted to go back and revisit it myself, so it was very easy for me to go ahead and just do, So so that's the reason. But I would definitely recommend picking up book two. It's very short, gives you a feeling for where she's coming from, and then you can jump right into book one, and you're off to the races. Well, there are two other books that have not been published yet, that I'm hoping to get done. That I'm hoping to get out there one of these days. They'll take quite a while. They're longer books. One's called Gods and Monsters, and the other one's called Seasons of the Witch. And I'm very proud of them. I can't wait to share them, but it's going to take a little while. In the meantime, there is a new series I've got coming out next year called Hemlock Ave, which is a collection of short stories, horror genre, and Charlotte, the Halloween Girl, and Poe make appearances in that book. And again, oddly enough, a lot of the stories that came out in that book are some of the most personal I've ever written. So it's quite a theme this year. I've never dug deeper in my life. It's very transformative, hopefully for the reading public as well. So we'll see. I hope they can see that as much as they can. I love the genre, the horror genre, and supernatural and all that, but I hope they can look beyond that. I hope that it reaches them in a way that shows them about, people working together, people sacrificing for one another, people working as a team, people doing the right thing even when it's hard, even when there are people that they're not necessarily connected to, but they see they need help. And I want to show that kind of. I hope people walk away with that the books are about friendship, about love, and caring, and being a hero when it's tough, being a hero when it really matters. So thanks for listening.